Hello and welcome to the Vector Garden. In this video we're going to create this effect from scratch. This is a live effect, so you can still select the text and change it like this. Let's go to a new file. So I'm going to create the text and let's enlarge this and change the font like this. So this is already red and we can actually use that red. What we need is the dots to fill. We have those uneven lines and then we have the kind of stitches that are along those lines. Now let's start with the dots. And in order to get the dots, I'm going to start with an ellipse. And I'm going to make this in a size that I want to have them in, like so. And then go to Object, Pattern, Make, like this. Let's zoom in here, like so. And I'm going to increase the distance between those dots. And when I'm ready with that, the color needs to be changed to white, like so, and then let's click on done, and that's the pattern. So let's apply that, and to apply that we can't just click it because then we would replace the red fill. And I'm going to the appearance panel and let's just add a new fill like so, and in there select those dots. And those dots are not the typical polka dots. So let's change that. I'm going to double click the rotate tool. 45 degrees is okay, but not transform the object, just the pattern, like that. That's the first thing. I'm going to delete that red dot. I don't need it anymore. And select that again, and let's apply a black stroke to this. And I'm going to make that slightly thicker. And let's change it to rounded everywhere, but it needs to be kind of wiggly. So let's apply an effect to it. And you need to make sure that the effect is only on the stroke. So the stroke is selected in the appearance panel, and then let's go to Effect, Distort and Transform, and set this to roughen. So that's very rough. So let's select a lower value and of course smooth, and then you can also adjust the detail to whatever you like this, for instance. Okay, so it's very thick, so let's reduce it slightly. You can also have it a distance from that pattern. Then you would need to apply Effect, Path, Offset Path, but let's leave it like this. So I want to have some more scribbly look, so let's take this stroke and just drag it over here, and then we get another stroke, and we can click on that roughen effect, and we can also change the values in there to get a more different look. So roughen effect has some randomness, so they won't look the same, but we can make them look even more differently, like this. So there's one thing we still need, and that's this kind of stitches. And to get them, I'm going to take the pencil tool and just draw them. So let's draw some lines. Let's keep the stroke width the same as what I have applied to that text, and just draw some lines here, like so. And those, I'm going to take them and create a brush from them. So let's go to the brushes panel, and then let's take them all and drag them in there, and let's make a pattern brush. You could also make a scatter brush and then they wouldn't get distorted, but we have all these bends in here, and if they are applied in there and they do not get bent, then that looks kind of weird. So in this case, the pattern brush is the better option so that it gets adjusted exactly on that path. So let's go to OK. And what we now need to adjust is the spacing. So you can do that inside a pattern brush by using that invisible rectangle, but of course you can also just use this here and set this to a high value, and then you get this spacing. I want them in black, that's why I didn't change the coloring mode. So let's just go here. And now what we need is yet another stroke. So let's make another one like so. And I'm going to uncheck roughen. Let's just get rid of that and then go not up here. We need actually the brushes panel yet again. So let's go to the brushes panel, and there we can select this brush, and you see it gets applied. It's quite dense, so let's just double click it and increase this spacing. I'm going to set it to 900 and still do not like it. And also we're going to get rid of this corner tile because we do not want anything on the corner. That will look even nicer then. So let's change that, and let's change that even more like this, and go to OK, apply to strokes. Well, that looks a little too large, so I'm going in here again and change this to 800 and apply that. And then you see we've got some nice distribution of those stitches. So that's how you can get this pretty easily and with some nice Illustrator functions.